Hello, it is Saturday, September 30th, and I have completed 8 weeks of the test to pass the FTMO challenge using the Waka Waka trading bot. We ended the week in a total of $8,925 in closed profit, and we have, looks like 5 open trades. Last week we ended in $7,296 in total profit, and I wasn't sure if we had open trades or not, which means that honestly, because we pulled that from the FTMO site, which subtracts open trades towards profit, it may be slightly off. But that brings us to $1,629 in closed profit for the week, or 0.81%. And that puts us at 4.46% of our way to passing the FTMO challenge. So thanks to all of you who subscribe and who leave comments. That really helps the algorithm for YouTube. And one of the things that was commented on is they asked that the video be a little longer and more descriptive. I've been making these videos short. I think that people didn't want to necessarily spend 15 or 20 minutes listening to me droll on, but I'm more than willing to do that. So we're going to jump in to the back end of the bot. We're going to start with the FTMO website. Got that pulled up here. I'll share my screen. So here's basically the graph. Starting back, let's see, when do we start this? August 7th. And this shows we've closed the $8,925 in trades. You can kind of see our dips here. I'll get my cursor off the screen so you can see that. And let's just scroll down. So we got the unlimited time. And so today's permitted loss. So one thing is we are in kind of a deep drawdown, and we'll look at those trades. But it's, $3,200 in drawdown. And I know on the Telegram chat, a lot of guys have been expressing their interest in this. But keep in mind, in a $200,000 account, that's less than 2%. We're allowed 10%. All right, consistency score. So all this is saying is that they want to see, although it's not a requirement, that you're consistent in your trading. Lot size, profit on the days, consistent days, and we're hitting 95%, so no concern if they move something to where you have to be more consistent. But let's just look at this. So we did this week move to the largest max daily drawdown that we've seen, which was at $1,374. But once again, we're allowed 5% in a day, $10,000. We were only at 1.78%, less than halfway to what we're allowed. Do I want to see that? No, I don't. Is that acceptable? Yes, it is. The actual max loss, we're still at $642. That's of actually losing closed trades. So we have not had really any change in that. It's just open trades. And this is where I said I may have messed up with the profit from last week is I read it off this, which is profit to target. It subtracts the open, which actually is 3,200, but it subtracts open trades from closed trades. So really it's only showing us 5,690 into the profit, but that's okay. Little bit more down here. Average profit per trade, $104. The average loss, I guess, is 277, which seems a little high, but there's many more, I guess, wins and loses. Wins than losses? No, something. Average profit, $104. We've made 118 trades. I guess this is risk reward ratio between that profit and loss. So expectancy of a win, I guess, is per trade is $75. We've traded 146 lots and a win rate of 92%. I'll take that every day. Profit factor 4.57. Sharp ratio is risk adjusted. I highlight this. Returns based on the daily analysis. I know they use this. I'm not too concerned about that. In the end, to me, it's dollars. Okay, and here we have the MyFX book page. So I went ahead and put the FTMO challenge on the MyFX book page so that I could pull up. It gives you a little more data. And basically what we can see here is a pretty consistent upward graph on growth. The balance, which is the same thing we saw on the FTMO site, the profit, and you can, I think, kind of see where I turned it up right in here and it started going a little bit more up in profit. and the drawdown days, which obviously we hit drawdown September 27th. So decent chart here. This shows a max drawdown of 1.52%, a gain of 4.46%. But let's drop down. This is the more interesting stuff. Let's look at the open trades. So we've got odd CAD, odd CAD, odd CAD, odd CAD. We've got 4 Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar trades. And we're just now moving into the profit on the biggest one, 6.24 lot size. So honestly, from watching this, I don't think I've seen Waka Waka take 4 trades yet. But if we'll look at that chart in a minute, and we'll see why it's like that. And then the Aussie New Zealand, which is 1 trade open on Aussie New Zealand. You can look at the profit where this was running at the lowest risk setting, and this is the next highest. So this is low, medium, and then there's a high and a significant. So right now we're running the medium risk. Let's look at duration. That was something that was asked, was duration. How long is this bot holding the trades? And what we can see here is that most of the trades are right here. Like that's the majority of our trades are less than 15 hours. And then up to 1 hour or 1 day, 20 hours, 19 hours. So really less than 2 days. And then we move into very few are being held past 2 days. And we've got the longest one was a loser that was held out to 7 days, 6 hours. And what we see is the reason we hold these losers, you'll see more losers the further it goes out, just based on the way the bots work. If they catch the market moving the right direction, they're going to take the profit right away and close the trade and wait to reopen it. Whereas if it's a loser, they will hold that losing trade because it is a modified martingale system. It will hold the losing trade and it will try and recover it instead of just closing it as a loss. So we don't really need to see the trades. And this does the same breakdown. Longs and shorts, 96% of shorts, 88% of longs, profit factor 4.57. Let's see what else did. Average win is 11.75 pips, where the average loss is 27, almost 28 pips. And average trade length here, 15 hours is the average. Let's just go risk of ruin. Hover over the desired column for detailed explanation. So there is less than a 0.01% chance of losing 70% of this account. So since 10% is our number, right, where we would get blocked, there's less than 0.01% chance of losing 10% of the account. This would require 74 consecutive losing trades. I mean, I'm going to say we're right at this point. We're pretty good. We're not going to lose 10%. Now, that doesn't necessarily count drawdown. So that's something to consider. Time of day, I don't know if time of day really matters. I think, honestly, and I'm not sure if this is what time this is based on, but I do think as we watch the market, the majority of the market moves maybe from that London closure and New York opening. So a lot of movement in that 9, 10 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know if that's when this is, but if that's Eastern time or not, that's what I'm at. So, but there's a look at the MyFX book, and let's just jump in. I've got this pulled up. This is a live Waka Waka bot that I've been running for just less than a month. And this is running on the high risk. So we're running the demo or the FTMO challenge on medium. This is running the high risk, but not the highest, which would be significant. I started this with $5,000 on September 5th, and it's currently up $176. So it's 3.5% less than a month. And let's look at its open trades. And this just shows us the difference. It's still got odd CADs. We've still got 4 Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar open, but it's got New Zealand CAD. It's got 2 New Zealand CAD trades open, and nothing's in the profit. Where when we looked at this one for trades, trades, open trades. We were showing an odd CAD in the profit and the Aussie New Zealand was not. So what that means to me is that obviously different brokers, you're going to get slightly different results. And this is only 2 pips out, so it's getting close, but it's a difference in spread and slippage. And interestingly, I was watching the market move during a high frequency trading time, early morning, like right at market open. And I was taking, it was on a demo account, but I was taking 2 of the exact same trades set with buy stops so that they should be triggered at the exact same time. And interestingly, same brokers, same MT4 platform with the same exact trade, just 2 of them duplicated, and they were not opening at the exact same time. They would open a few dollars different. It was, that was on the US 30 that I was playing with, but that was, I thought it was quite interesting that it should be sending at the same time and it simply isn't. And I don't know if it's the timing from when I placed the orders separately or why. Now I have to go back and look and see if the earlier order opened first. The last thing we're going to share here is the actual FTMO demo account on here and just look at what it's doing. And what we'll do is we're going to look at this Australian dollar, Canadian dollar trade here. And what we can see is this is a huge movement. Let me see if I think I can do this. Nope. Let me try something else. I don't know about you, but I have to put this chart shift in because when it's right up against this, it just confuses the heck out of my eyes. So this movement here is, if I'm reading this right, is that a 16 pip movement? I always get that wrong. From 85,678 to 87. Well, let's just go with, let me try this again. Okay. So we're going to look at the Australian CAD, the Aussie dollar. I'm sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. The last thing here is we're going to look at this trade. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar trade. And right here, this is the big movement where it caught the bot in this drawdown. So we're looking at from 85 cents, so 0.85657, and then running all the way up here to 87,361. So it's quite a big movement. And what we'd see is we didn't see a lot of the pullback. But what I want to do is I want to switch over to a 4-hour chart. And what I want to say is that we're still in a downward trend. Let me just close this out. So we're still in a downward trend here. And it's, I mean, if you want to look at all the chart patterns, I'm just going to say this is a downward trend. And we still got these big movements in here. I see no reason why it's not going to drop right down here pretty quickly and follow this pattern down. In fact, if you zoom in, if you look at just this here, let's just run that right there. All right, and let's zoom in so we see that. So basically right there, it's kind of hitting its peak. It's already pulled back. And I see no reason why it's not going to pull back in this next week, if not Monday or Tuesday, and close these trades out. But we'll see. So that wraps up week 8 of using the Waka Waka trading bot to pass the FTMO challenge.